Okay, let's move up to Bexar County here and take a look at the Bexar County Commissioners races. Now, in Precinct 1, incumbent Rebecca Clay Flores is seeking her second term, and she is being challenged by Republican Lena Prado. Certainly looks like she's well on her way to keeping that seat with 59% of the vote to Lena Prado's 41%. And in Precinct 3, traditionally the only Republican seat on the court, incumbent Grant Moody is facing Democratic challenger Susan Corbell. Grant Moody with 55% of the vote, Susan Corbell with 45% of the vote. What do you all think about those two races?
I'm going to say a lot of people were very hopeful that Swift and Corbell together would be victorious and go against the traditional voting patterns. And clearly that was not successful tonight when you have LaHood winning with that margin and you have Grant winning with that margin. I think Grant represents his district very, very well, and he has such a strong personal story. You know, a fighter pilot, he still serves in the reserves, was a Marine as a lieutenant colonel right now in the reserves. The educational background between the Air Force Academy and then going to A&M and then his master's from Wharton. So that analytical ability, particularly being the voice to analyze the budget, to bring forth the conservative voice and really represent taxpayers, pointing out the very high per capita tax burden that Bexar County residents are carrying right now, and really demanding that they plan for the future and recognize that. So I think the voters in his area really do identify with that and appreciate having a strong conservative voice.
Yeah, I do agree that taxes are high, but that's not an issue of local politics. That goes up to the state ledge, and that's an issue that the state ledge needs to deal with because it has to do with the funding of public education and our property tax, which is
not at the county court.
Well, true, but you were talking about how the taxes and the tax rate is high, but at the end of the day, we're raising taxes here to be able to pay for things because of the state legislature. But I do want to say that I don't think anybody's surprised by the Grant Moody win. I don't think that's anyone that realistically thought that Corbell had a chance. And same thing with Becky Clay Flores. I mean, these two races are pretty solidly, red and blue. I don't think there was any surprises there. I don't think anyone really thought that Corbell had a chance, to be quite honest.
I think it's important to recognize that Rebecca Clay Flores ran a very strong race. Clearly, when she was first elected, she took out a long-term incumbent and works the district. But normally, there's not even a Republican running in that precinct. And so for Lena Prado to really file and then aggressively campaign and block walk in a precinct that has dirt streets to this day, it has a lot of rural areas, which much of Bexar County doesn't realize. So much of it is rural, much of it borders Medina County, and sometimes you're not quite sure where the line is. To really run a campaign and come in with 40% of the vote, where we've never even had a candidate before, I think is a significant start and really is giving some of those voters an opportunity to speak and to be represented in a different way.
Okay, thank you.